Good evening, brothers. This is the Champ Manager Super League. It's game week 7 of season 13. And we've got some epic spreadsheet-based football simulation management tonight. I am joined by, he's the newest manager in the league. He doesn't like arrows. He's not from Yorkshire, apparently. It's Voodoo Mike. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, how you doing, fella?
Yeah, good. Yeah, definitely not from Yorkshire.
Yeah, it's amazing to me still. Anyway, we've got some great action tonight. Good slate of games. Anything in particular that stands out to you? Are you looking forward to any of those that aren't yourself? I'm guessing you're probably not looking forward to your own game, to be honest.
No, not overly. Got a good might have a good fight on down at the bottom of the table with Celtics and Rose. I'm looking forward to that because I just feel like Steve might be on the cusp, of on the cusp of turning it round a bit. So that'll be good, hopefully.
Yeah, he's definitely got the tools to do the job. If he starts doing that, he'll be still dangerous in this league this season. So yeah, but I'm the one I'm looking forward to is Haggis Dragons. I think that's the one that stands out to me as a bit of a humdinger. And we're going to put that on second to last, I think, and yourself will be last. But yeah, we'll get going, shall we? Is the sound okay yet? Yeah, I think the comments okay, so that's cool. Let's carry on. I'm going to go for Celtics White Rose first. The what do you call it? The Pit of Misery Derby, or whatever they're calling it these days. So who's at home? It is the Tortuga Celtics, isn't it? Yeah. So Peter Greaves, he has gone for a very similar but slightly different narrow, looking a lot stronger to me on paper. What are your thoughts on the narrow in general and the players that he's got in that narrow?
Yeah, I mean the actual players you can't question. I mean, I suppose I might feel that way about a lot of teams to be fair. But yeah, I mean, I personally have never liked the narrow formations because I just prefer a team to have at least some width somewhere. So not one for me, but
yeah, it's one that
works,
kind of
it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's one that I went to when I was kind of struggling for ideas, and I think that's the similar thing with Greaves. He was struggling a little bit. He's had a couple of wins. He's had a few games where he's just not turned up at all. So it's a big game for them again, and I think this is a stronger looking version of the narrow for me.
Take the arrows off, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, well, David's getting 9 or 10 from that roll to start with, which was interesting because you wouldn't think he'd do well there. Right, so and then we'll go to Steve Wright, White Rose. So Steve, in the words of Steve, it's been a demic start for him. I think he was a bit better last time out. His last match against the Casuals, he looked quite solid, conceded obviously 2 goals and the collapse at the end against 10 men. Left a very sour taste in his mouth, but for me, it was a better performance, a more encouraging performance. And I do like the personnel he's got, obviously a very strong 11. What are your thoughts on his 11 and the way he's deploying them tonight?
I'm quite surprised that Luca Tony's not getting as much of a look in, to be honest.
Yeah, Luca, he's not developed much yet, but he did develop very well the last save, of course. And if you're not going to play him, he might not do much in the save. So he's only got 2 goals last season from 10 starts. He has got a goal this season, but I think he's definitely a player that he likes.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I know he's a favourite. So
yeah, I mean, Pizarro for me, he's a starting Super League striker, and he obviously got the 2 goals last time out, which will please Steve no end. And he's looking like he has maybe upped his game a little bit in terms of his stats jumping up. So if you can get him firing, obviously it's a different ball game for Steve. He has struggled to score goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're into match day. John Peacock's the referee. Tortuga at home against White Rose. What are your predictions for this one, Mike?
I'm going to go 1-0 Rose.
1-0 Rose.
1-0 Rose.
So we're underway. Zanone's had a bit of action and an early goal for Mackay. That's a very, very good goal for White Rose early in the game. And a second, Rahul has scored. Took both his AMCs on the score sheet early. Is this a new White Rose we're seeing from the start tonight? Nothing from Tortuga. It's all been white and blue text so far. Getting towards half time. Zanoni again looks like he's causing havoc down that right. Bit of a flurry from Tortuga at the end there, but not much for them in the first half.
No,
Watching those stats, it looks like it was all White Rose, but maybe not as such in the stats as much.
I mean, Steve definitely had the better of the first half there. No question.
Yeah, the text was very heavy in the favour of White Rose.
Yeah.
I'll do home team first. So a lot of 6, and 7s, not much touching the ball in the key areas in the middle. AMs are not touching it at all. So yeah, interesting to see what Greavesy will do here. And I'll just flick over to Steve while I wait for Greaves' message. A bit better from him. You've got Raul obviously firing. Zanoni was very heavily involved. He's got a couple of key passes. Looked like he was doing lots down that right-hand side. What are your thoughts on Tortuga so far and those ratings?
I mean, overall, there's not much passing going on, is there?
Absolutely nothing. But yeah, the fact they barely touched the ball.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously, we aren't privy to team instructions, are we? But maybe if and they're both same, aren't they? Low numbers on the passing. Maybe they just kick it ball to each other, one end of pitch to the other, both on long passing, maybe.
There was no passing, but yeah, Zanoni was running down that right a lot. I saw that. Yeah. So there's nothing from Greavesy. Steve, are you going the same? I think you are. So yeah, no changes. This is how. Just a reminder, this is how we're looking. And we'll crack on with the second half. I'll try and remember to stop at 60. So a bit more green at the start of the second half. Zanoni again looking dangerous. That jumped very fast. Apologies. And this is how it's looking. You've got good condition over the pitch, so I wouldn't worry about any of that, Greavesy. Anything you want to change tactically or personnel-wise? It's not looking like it's going to happen. Obviously, 16 minutes left. It jumped very much there. I mean, it was lingering over 60 for half a second before it jumped. Obviously, not much action. So you've got to say a very professional performance from White Rose so far in the second half.
Very, very much so. I'm I'm glad the comms curse hasn't struck. To be honest, I forgot about that. When I said Steve might be doing all right tonight.
Yes, quite rarely actually. Yeah, he's keeping as is, which surprises me a little bit, but he's probably not got loads of options on the bench. Steve, you've got, fitness looks okay to me. And match rating wise, you've got Zanoni having the storm. Gary Neville has turned up, which will be pleasing for Steve. Apart from that, it's looking pretty solid. I would be tempted to go as is if I was Steve, but would you do the same, Savage?
Yeah, absolutely. You're winning 2-0, 74 minutes. Don't cock around with it.
Yeah, unless you want to protect somebody, which I don't think you need to do in this situation.
No,
as is. So yeah. We'll slow it down slightly just because there's not much time left. Not that we're expecting anything to happen as such, but we'll slow it down so we can see a bit of the action towards the end. We've got Van Bronckhorst getting involved. Looks like a card for Vieira. Got to be careful now. Ticking away to the 80s. A bit of goalmouth action maybe. No. Saibi saves, which is obviously better than his old keepers used to do. And there's a third for White Rose. It is Julen Guerrero who has got the goal. And this is a massive, massive result for White Rose. 3 minutes added on. And we'll skip it to very fast because it is painful viewing for Greavesy. Good night, Greavesy. We'll see you in the morning. Hope you get as much sleep as you can before your early shift. Match stats wise, it was dominant from White Rose. 10 shots, 7 on target to little action in that second half. From Celtics, I think it's the 1 shot off target second half.
Yeah, that's unexpected. Well, like I say, I was quite confident in Steve tonight, but yeah, it's a bit unlucky for Celtics there. I think they're just
I said before kickoff they've won a couple of games, Celtics, but they've had games where they've just not turned up, and that's another one of those, which is it's a worrying trend.
It's Fiore for me. That's the letdown there.
He's been obviously 6s and 7s for Northern Burn quite a lot, but very reliable. But in that solo MC role, I think you need to do a little bit more. I would say. And then for Steve, it's the only man of the match, which is fully deserved from what I saw on the text. Vieira's getting a 9 as well. Hey, if he gets Vieira firing like that, and he gets some supply from those wide men, and his AMCs are scoring, like I said earlier, he could be a force still this season. That would put him kind of 4, 5, 6 points off the playoffs by the end of the night. So congratulations, Steve. Unlucky Peter Greaves. We'll move on to the next game, which is Bostock versus Phoenix. Bostock are at home. Strong start from Swanee, using the tactic the shape that Scott had built the team around, which was a smart move in my opinion. He's got a bit of a strong start, quite dull, and then he's had a bit of a blip, which is a kind of a fuck you, welcome to the Super League type of thing that happens. What are your thoughts on 11, and what are your thoughts on the way Swanee's approached it so far?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think that beating Astor 4-1 just quite clearly took it out of the team, so they had no left for the next one. That's what it must be.
Yeah, it's not worth noting he's actually got a deal lined up, which hopefully will go through. So with myself, Henrik Larsson joining, and Petit is a bit of a make weight who looks pretty solid, to be fair. Henrik Larsson looking pretty decent as well, and I've gone for a bit more versatility for Max Tonetto going the other way, and Salva as kind of a backup Larsson replacement. So tonight he goes with Tony Madeira in the AMC, which always is a bit of a surprise, but he's obviously tried. He's tried Jax, he's tried Collins, I think he's tried Cabello as well, and it's not worked so far. So he's obviously keen to strengthen that area. Which I think is a smart move. And the rest of the team, for me, looks really solid. I like loads of those players, and pleasantly surprised by Jorovic, who's coming out of the league. Didn't know much about him. Looks solid, and he's got good ratings so far.
Yeah, if it's working, isn't it?
I mean, he's had a couple of poor results. He'll be really, really hopeful he can bounce back tonight. So moving on to Fulchester. Fulchester Phoenix is a familiarly known now. Mixed returns so far for Fulchester. They've got points on the board though, which I think is the main thing. Even though they've not looked completely convincing, they've got the points on the board. They sit 5th in the league, touching distance of the top 2. And as you'd expect from Ryan, really, as one of the goats of Super League history, he's made a pretty strong start. And a lovely little sideways arrow on the stand, which I love.
I was just about to say, look at the little dinky little arrow from Stam there.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I tried that before myself, and it's I liked it. And it's just there's something different, isn't it? In a league of kind of familiar things, it looks a bit different. And the very attacking formation with kind of 2 strikers in those AM positions as well, similar to Swan in a way. Bit of a balls out formation for Fulchester, I'd say.
It's good formation though. I do like this. I play this quite a bit. I say away at the arrows, but I play this quite a lot, so it's it feels the stronger of the two, if I'm entirely honest.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's a very creative formation, this, and those players are still strong. Predictions for this one, then, Savage?
As much as I'd want to back Swanley, I think it's going to be 2-1 Fulchester.
So here we go. We'll have to bump it up to fast. Scally in trouble early. Nedved involved. Bit of blue, bit of red. It's back and forth. And Gerard has gone off injured. If you hear Swan, I think you are. Yeah, you are. Let me know who you want to bring on. You could go for an attacking option in Jacks, or I think that's it, really, isn't it? There's not much of the, unless you change formation and put another AMC in or something.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd probably go for. I think just a straight swap.
Yeah. I think, to be fair, I think Jacks could do stuff from this role as well. I know he looks a bit shit all around, but he's got those key stats: flair off the ball, technique, stamina. Yeah, I really do like him. Although his ratings have been dog shit, haven't they? I didn't realise they were that bad.
It just takes one game to click, though, doesn't it? With somebody like that, one game to click, and then he's off.
Yeah, he's one of them. If you get him on a run, he could be very dangerous, and like he did for Scotland, he started last season. I think it was. He was pretty good. So we'll go to half time. Fast again. And a bit of pressure coming from Fulchester. Christian Vieri scores on that AMC roll, and another for Crespo. 2-0 coming up to half time. Can they make it even worse for Swanley? No, it's half time. 2-0. Very, very good timing on those goals from a Fulchester perspective. Nothing created for Bostock, which is worrying. They've been a bit like that at times. He's very much Fulchester dominated so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, right, so to break this down then for me, what are you looking at here, Mike? When you're looking at these stats, what are you seeing?
Well, straight away, Tom Madeira, Robbie Keane, they're just not involved at all. So, as well.
Would you be tempted to push people up the pitch? Maybe I think that Swan's a fan of that, isn't he, in general?
Yeah, I think it's swamped in the sort of DM area. I think, and so it's there's just no support.
Swan's put wing backs to wing, which is good. Arrows stay at AM line. Cool. I was going to say, and then I just confirmed that this arrow stays as well. Jacks forward. That'd be good.
Yeah, Ryan. Arrows stay at AM line. Yeah.
Just confirm that's good. Which I think it will be. In terms of Ryan, we've got Simeone having a bit of storm. Gareth Southgate is loving having Jaap Stam stood next to him. He's loving life. And he's got his forwards firing as well. These big guns. Obviously Owens hit and miss. Riquelme's hit and miss, but Vieri and Crespo are obviously two massive players for Fulchester. And if you can get them scoring the types of goals they can, Vieri's been on fire. 6 goals in 7 games so far. That's dangerous for the league. What would you do here if you was Ryan? Would you just stick as is?
Yeah, I mean, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If anything, in a team that's dominating, Riquelme is possibly not pulling his weight, but
So I just checking condition for Swan as well. So we've done that change. Push the wingers up, and Fulchester want Owen for Battigol. Swap Battigol and Crespo. I've got to say, how good does Batistuta still look, by the way? I know he's got a bit of a checkered history in the Super League, but I think he looks absolutely superb. I know he's old, but he looks great, doesn't he?
He's a good-looking section of the database, isn't he, there with them numbers?
Yeah. He's a strong-looking guy. Is that it, Ryan? That's all. So I've done the change. Back stupid for Owen. Swap them round. Let's go to 60. And there's a yellow card for Simeone, I believe. Bit of back and forth. I'm going to keep my eye on the timer this time. I pressed it early, maybe. See how it jumps. And a bit of pressure there from Swan. I think it's a bit early, but we'll stick with this one. I don't want to jinx it and jump too far. So conditions are good, Swanee. Anything you want to do tactically or subs-wise, please. You've got CC sat there. He looks decent. Henschel, can't imagine he'll be coming on, but he's there if you need him. I think you either just put a couple of extra hours on this or you move a player up forward, but I wouldn't be changing personnel if it was me. Would you think the same way, Savage?
Yeah, I mean, there's a good few sixes on there, isn't there? It's not as if there's just one player that's not quite fitting in, is it? So it's probably safer to keep as is. Maybe a Jack's up to AMC to make a 3 even. Depends how far you want to go, doesn't it?
Yeah, just some interesting changes coming up. So it's gone 3-4-3. Saeed joins the defenders. I put him in the middle. Just if you've got any preference on left and right of these, just let me know. Probably doesn't matter. Jax is onto the right wing. Cisse on for Toe Madeira. No arrows. So just confirm as well that you want all the arrows taken off, because that's how I read that. Is that how you read that?
Yep.
I'll give you
Keenan Cisse up top. Oh,
okay. Sorry.
That's another section for you.
3-4-3, sorry, yeah. I think the comments are a little bit slow. So yeah, 3-4-3, I should have realised. Cool, we'll go with that then.
Love it.
I like a bit of difference, yeah. Something a bit different. Conditions are good, Ryan. And match rate and rise, you're looking good too. So anyone you want to save, anyone you give a run out, let me know. Yeah, if this was me, I would maybe take Vieira or Crespo off and just bolster the midfield or something like that. But that's probably a bit boring, isn't it?
I think I'd probably change Riquelme. I know he's a bit of a talisman, but you look at the rest of the team and he's lagging behind.
We've got a big fan of Voodoo Savage. I don't know what he's referring to, actually. Is he talking about the actual formation, I believe? You're right, saying Jorovic is doing well again. Yeah, I've been impressed with Jorovic. When he was in the side and Yepes was on the bench, I was in a bit of a shock, really. But he's obviously done a good job, and partnered by Yepes, he's doing even better. Who the hell is Mike Whitlow? Do we know?
No, I mean it's Dan that's come up with him, and it could be.
Shout out to Mike.
Could be from anywhere, couldn't it?
Right, drop Ricky back to CM right of Ned. Slap a backward arrow to sweep on Simeone. Love it. Right, so that's right, isn't it? Yeah, drop Ricky back to CM. Right, Ned's backwards arrow. Yeah, cool, we'll go. So, let's see how this pans out. It looks pretty comfortable so far. Oh, that's not good. I imagine it's 2 up top, Swan. Let me know if you want to stick any arrows on these guys or move Saeed or something. And then I need to remember to let Ryan change if he wants as well. Yeah, tough one that. You just made the changes. 1 minute later, Cisse's gone. He shouldn't. He wasn't even on the pitch. Oh God, yeah, he's actually gone.
Oh dear!
I didn't even drop there until I saw. Yeah, that's 60 seconds on the pitch and he's gone. I imagine we'll never see him in a Bostock shirt again.
We'll have to have a look after the game, see what that was for.
Yeah, 100%. Remind me if I forget. We need to know what that was for. What are you drinking tonight? Are you having a drink or a cup of tea?
No, I've got an invisible pint, as Dan says. It keeps disappearing every time.
Every time you put it to your lips, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
times are tight here. I've got what is 39 pence bottle of beer from Aldi, which...
Swish. I am on Aldi rum and orange.
Sorry, I didn't see the comment there. Aldi 1 orange, nice. Yeah, so chance to apply. I'm all good. Sorry, yeah, I was a bit slow on the uptake there. So 10 men, 2-0 down. Are they as good as Walton Casuals, or will it be a Fulchester victory? And so there's some text. Not much is happening though. No shots as far as I can see. But there's a goal. Robbie Keane likes being in the two up top. We will slow it down for the last 15 minutes. We've got some interest in this one. I think that was a Scally yellow, which is standard. Rebound to Batistuta, and Khan smothers it. Jorovic, no problem for him. Bostock come forward, 10 minutes to play. They've got a chance here. Or will Fulchester, the firepower of Fulchester, get them over the line? 4 minutes of added time. Saeed's looking to do something. It's good football from Bostock. I can't see it, but in my mind it looks beautiful. And chance, no. It's ticking away, and it looks like it's going to be a Fulchester win. It is a Fulchester win. Congratulations to Ryan. Again, he's picked up the points. Nothing spectacular, but I suppose he has been the better side. Fair result over the course of the match.
Yeah. Hashtag no arrows. Turned the game round, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Did you do some voodoo on that game at live?
That's it, I think. Well, that's the...
Ryan is relieved, and I imagine he will be very relieved as well.
Yeah, rum and orange, Doug, and it's actually... what was it? Raspberry daiquiri flavoured rum with orange as well, so... Make that more complicated than you can.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I just remembered match report. Here we go. So, here he is. Two Madeira's bought off, replaced by Cisse. Ball comes in. Ball fell to Scally. Corner kick. He just shoved him. I think that's a little bit harsh.
Sounds it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Ashley Cole probably deserved it as well, which is frustrating. In terms of performance from Bostock, you've got Khan having a good game, Jorovic having a good game. It's not all doom and gloom for Bostock. They showed some character there. They've got some good performances. Annoying that he's lost again, but I think there's some positives from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Cisse though, but 0-0-0. 0-0-0.
The ball's gone out for a corner and he's pushed someone over. That is...
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, no, what's he done there?
That's
made one foul.
That's a Super League historical performance, that, surely.
Yeah, I love that.
And on the other side of the numbers, you've got a very, very well-rounded display from Fulchester. Maybe didn't give them enough credit there when I first stopped the match, but that's some good ratings there, and obviously key men getting nines. Oh no, David Putton got a 9, so he's not a key man, is it? But I've got to say, David Putton looks pretty decent. I think he's going to be a good utility player for Ryan this season. So, moving on. Number 3, I've got down as Gazelles against PPP. So we'll try and do that one. They had a big result last time out, beating Bostock, who just seen these again. They've had a decent start, but I'd say it's a little bit mixed. They're probably looking to kick on now and kind of cement the place within the playoff race. And this is how they line up tonight. Rui Costa drops out and Rivaldo comes in. Bartes is back. But I think this looks very strong. He's not got as many myths as he did. Well, I suppose you could count Nicky as one. But Dibiagio is performing well for him. What are your thoughts on this Gazelle's setup and the way Dan's gone about his business in terms of transfers and tactics and performances so far in his reign?
Yeah, I mean, he's perhaps not started as he's not started poorly to the season, has he? But perhaps not as strong as certainly I was expecting him to, to carry on with. Formation's good. In fact, I think I'm playing the same tonight minus the arrows. I knew I'd seen it somewhere before.
Obviously.
It's all.
Yeah, for me, the key to getting more is getting numbers out of Mendieta, because he's been pretty below average really in terms of a Super League star, definitely below that standard. And I think sometimes if you've got a three across here and one in front and one behind, it's get a bit lost, and that's probably what's happening to him a little bit. So yeah, that's interesting. The way when he put him on the right last season, I think he actually performed a little bit better. But Agat has been. I knew that he would absolutely shag for the Gazelles when I got rid of him, but I did it anyway for some reason. I was a bit bored. I just wanted to do transfers. You know what I mean,
Mike? Yeah, funny enough, I can appreciate that. Yeah,
I think even Dan said when he suggested it, says he probably won't accept that. I went, well, actually, I will.
Yeah, Rob, I had that similar conversation a few times. But I'm a big fan of Seedolf as well.
Yeah, Seedolf gets a mention of him.
Yeah, he can do his bit.
The Rob Slough revival has taken a bit of a knock. He's had 2 losses on the bounce, no goals. But whisper it, but this looks like a good team. What do you think to this? I like this.
Yeah. I mean, okay, it's on 2 losses, but they've only been 1-0 losses.
No, it's true. Yeah, he's in the game. He's not getting blown away. You got Rocky Junior performing very well, which is probably, if I looked at that 11, apart from the keeper, so the keeper and Rocky Junior, I would take every one of those players that are in that team in my club. So I think they're good players.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Brozek. Bit disappointed he's not an AMR, but I know the wide forward players aren't popular, are they? But
if you just stick him over here with no hour, he's going to get at least 3 or 4 goals, isn't he?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Right, so see if we can get into this match we are in. So, predictions for this one, Mike. How are you feeling about this one?
Bit of a tough one to call, this one. Actually.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be pretty low scoring, but I'm not sure. We'll kick off. If you want to sling a prediction in, you can. And we've got a bit of early pressure. Oh my goodness, that's his 5th red of the season, Gazelle, which is either extremely lucky or I don't know what to say to that, to be honest.
Oh, well, that's gutting, that, isn't it? That's the praise you piled on him before the game. That
is the commentator's curse, that one, isn't it? Yeah. I imagine we'll have Mendieta out here maybe an hour off.
You'd have thought so, wouldn't you?
I'll put that in. I've not seen Dan, or have I?
Yeah, he's there. Nicky for Neville.
Right, Nicky for. I'm guessing Neville's not playing the number 10 role. Just confirm that's the shape you want and the arrows you want, Dan, and then we'll crack on. Oh, is Neville in the 10 role? Getting those step overs in.
No, I imagine you've got to be right there. So he said cheers, so
yeah, cool.
Bit more confidence in me.
He is here, isn't he, Rob? So yeah, and just confirm that nothing changing. I can't imagine you'd want to change. It's too early to make any changes, surely.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Bit more confidence in me. PPP win at the moment.
Well, they did it They've done it with 10 men, I believe, and it's a penalty. Mendieta has scored from the spot. I didn't see how that was given, but that's a big goal in terms of this match. PPP looking to come back into it. But so far, no real... Oh, I think that was a crossbar or over the crossbar. You've got... Well, the injury time flew by there. And it's as I expected in terms of action, but I didn't expect a red and a penalty early on. So, yeah, fairly even. I think Dan will be delighted with that so far. Rob will probably try some mad shit now, I imagine. In terms of ratings, conditions, you've got conditions are fine, ratings are fine. Any changes for Gazelle, just let me know. As is. And Rob, you've got Kufre's playing rubbish. You should have sold him to me when I asked you about him. Apart from that, again, you got Candelar and then nothing else in terms of the penalty.
Yeah.
Well, red card was a kick.
I think Kufre's rating's a bit harsh, to be honest. He's on 5 for 5 on his tackles.
Yeah. Did he give away the penalty, maybe?
Oh, sorry, no, yeah.
I didn't see it. He might have done, he might not have done. Yeah, in terms of stats, I think it was pretty damn good. What are we doing? I've not seen anything. As is was from before, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've not seen him.
I imagine he's typing then, otherwise we would have seen.
Yeah, lining something up.
Please make it make sense, Rob. So far, the subs have been on point. Arrows on DMR forward. I imagine he means like that. Arrow forward, centre on Emerson, like that. Richards for Kufre. Smith for Shever, two up top, was it AMC? Shever's going off. Did I read that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So this arrow. Do you want an arrow here and this arrow is it diagonal? I think that's usually how he does it. Just confirm that those arrows are good, and we will get going again. I quite like that. I wouldn't have taken Shever off. I quite like that.
It's not done out. He's not done out to press, though, is he? Good players or not. If they're not doing it, I suppose throw somebody else in.
Right, cool. Yeah, it's as is as well. Well, that's fine. Sorry, as is from Dan. We'll carry on, and I'll try and remember the 60-minute mark again. Some action, some white, some red. Pressed it now. It's a corner. It's 61 minutes, and we have a chance to make some more changes. So, conditions looking good. Ratings-wise, looking good. It's been pretty solid from Gazelle so far. Can you imagine him making any changes? If he does, what do you think he would do?
I mean, I suppose the only obvious gap there is that there's only one player in their half properly, isn't there? But he's ahead, so do you just keep the bus parked where it is? Yeah,
if Dan can pull this off, it's a massive win in giving the 5 red cards he's received already. I will slow this down in a second. It's a corner to PPP. He's floated in. Barthez collects. Offside. Time's ticking away. Not a lot happening. But there is a goal for Gazelles. It is Seedolf, and they are 2-0 up with 10 men. Rob is having a mare tonight. Dan and what's he called? The chairman, Martin, will be delighted. And ticking away towards the end, it's looking fairly comfortable. Hussein nearly gets in on the act. And that's the final whistle. Massive congratulations to Gazelles.
Yeah.
Pathetic is the word on the chairman Miles' mouth. Martin encouraging Bartes to keep it up after cursing the red cards. Yeah, I think that's a fantastic result. It's a very even game. He's got a little bit lucky, but he also got a bit unlucky with the red. So I think in terms of luck evening out over the season, I think Gazelles are due a bit. Would you agree?
Yeah, Phil Neville, man of the match.
He has been.
That's food
He's been
for
electric
thought.
on this day. Like I do not rate Phil Neville in the slightest, and he has been pretty good, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, what was the red for?
I think it was a kick. Yeah, Petit was kicked by a gat. So they're the ratings. Yeah, pretty solid. Hussein worryingly is not doing much. I do know that Gazelles have got an out of league bid in for a striker, which I thought he looked quite good. So interesting to see if he's in to take his place or just provide competition. Phil Neville, man of the match, is brilliant. He even got some step overs in. Look, go to PPP. You've got key players. Emerson on a 5, the key player for this team, in my opinion.
What's
Dean
that?
Richards did well off the bench. Yeah,
Eight,
break that down for me, Mike.
Yeah, I mean 8-1 for his tackles.
That's really poor, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going on. There's you got Del Vecchio always, but the worrying thing there for me would be at the entire team almost is tackling. You'd expect it to be sort of at least weighted a bit more towards your defensive.
Yeah, and they're not winning that
players.
many either, which is worrying. But yeah, congratulations to Gazelles and Dan. Unlucky Rob. What's next? Number 4, Badgers Burn. We're going next. Who are at home? Badgers. So we'll start with home team. They have bought in this week Josep Guardiola, for the sum of £6.75 million. There was a lot of interest in him pre-season. He didn't want to come. He got unhappy in France. Tato's pounced. What do you think of that signing? First off,
I'm not 100% certain on the how much he's going to do in the team. With the players that are there already.
yeah.
I don't know where Tato sees him.
The way you word it is a kind of an option in centre mid, I think, and cover for the MC, which makes sense. I think if you look at the team, if you get an injury, you are screwed with some of the lack of depth in midfield. You've only really got for Marnie. So yeah, it makes sense. He was messaging me, asking me what I would do. Well, something, but he asked my opinion anyway. And I think that makes sense for him. His squad.
Yeah. I mean, as a player, as a signing, yeah, he's all right, isn't he? But it was just I couldn't, immediately see where he fit in. Not really.
I think a backup option is, and if someone doesn't perform, he'll come in. So Badgers so far very dull. 3 goals scored in their 6 games, which is surprising for a Tato team. But what isn't surprising is that he sits in 10th place. So yeah, we'll go to the match. Give Guardiola 5. And over to Burn. So 5 wins and 1 loss so far. It is the Ian Edwards tried and trusted in terms of tactic. Obviously boosted his personnel a bit this year for his starting 11, and looking very strong. Do you think the star is imminent? The third star, second in this iteration, or do you feel he might fall away?
It's the old saying, isn't it? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, I think they've got a good chance of doing it. From my honest opinion, they've got a very good chance of being in the mix right at the end. And if they are, they've got Maxim and they've got 2 of the best wing backs in terms of performances on the game. Bobby Carlos has been great, and Contra is a ratings machine, so consistent. So the supply to him is great. Yeah. Obviously, he's a bit of a freak at times, but the supply is good to him, and I think he's improved that with the likes of Ferguson.
Oh yeah. There's absolutely no question that it's a very strong side, but it was it Casuals that took him down a peg? Was it casuals that beat him?
I think it was, yeah. I think historically, Hodgie has had good run against Ian, but I can't say for sure. But yeah, he's the only one to beat him so far. Apart from that, it's been just good performances, solid. But yeah, I like the setup. I think it's very solid. You know what you get in, and once you've got a settled system, you can then pick the players you want for those roles.
Yeah, and if Hodgie wants to share with the league how he shut up Sigalko, yeah, all the better.
I'm sure people will be interested in that. Right, so we'll go to the match. We've got Badgers at home to Burn. How do you think it's going to go?
I can only say probably 3-0 Burn. Sigalko brace.
I think it's going to be tighter than that, but we'll see. Let's go underway. No, we've got it on fast. Apologies. Oh my goodness. We have Ruud van Nistelrooy goal after 3 minutes. Throws the cat amongst the pigeons. But they are back with Bobby Carlos, that man we talked about before kick-off. And then Petkovic, the new signing. So yeah, it's a great comeback there from Burn already. And the piling the pressure on coming towards half-time. 5 minutes added on. Some more action for Burn. And Zay Elias gets in on the act as well. 45 minutes in, 4 goals, none of them for Sigalko, and a good performance in that first half from Northern Burn.
That's very strong. I should have said before the game, it does look like that we've got a working Van Nistelrooy this time round as well.
Agree. Yeah, I offered an Elka for him, and he just laughed at me, which I thought was a bit harsh.
bit rude.
Because Anelka did score a lot of goals, and he's still scoring goals. So, but yeah, I understand why he wants to keep him. That's for sure. Yeah. In terms of ratings, Casillas is throwing one in, which he can do. Interesting to see what Toto will do with that information. I don't think Esteban is anything special at all. So yeah, interesting. Nothing else really happening for them. The Van Nistelrooy goal has been well and truly wiped out. As is still 60. Ian has said as is already, which I expected. But I will just show you stats just so you're aware of what's going on and how they're doing.
That performance from Petkovic there.
Yeah, he's
having a right game.
Yeah, he looks pretty strong. I think he did well in his first game, and he's done nothing in the 2 since. But 2 goals tonight, and he's on for a man of the match performance so far. So if he gets an 8 or 9 tonight, and he's got 3 goals after 4 games, that is a hell of a start to his career at Burn. Right, we'll start the second half, and I will hover over the tactics button. We have a bit of pressure from Badgers. Gone a bit early again. At least I won't miss if it's on slower. Right, there we go. And yellow card. Just coming up to the tactical break. We have condition is a myth. Vlahovic has a potential fire injury, but don't worry about it, because condition is a myth. And that is the ratings of the Badgers. I think changes are needed here, which Teo is not usually shy to do at the 60-minute mark. What would you do, Mike?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because I think Casillas, is that how it's pronounced? Casillas. He's the one that's kind of brought him down a bit, and it's just sort of bled out into the defence. And I'm not quite sure what I'd do. But I could maybe give Pep his debut.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to bring Pep on and push him into the midfield to make a 4 across the middle, maybe.
Yeah.
Right, so Vlahovic for Pep. Swap him with Aymar. Remove the arrow. I'm really nervous about getting one of these wrong, by the way, just so you know. Edmonton off for Swiatowski.
You just take your time.
Vlahovic off again. Do you mean Lopez? Yeah, Lopez for Luca. Sorry, that's come through just after. And 2 up top. So I think that's right. Do you read that the same as I've read it?
Yes, I think so.
Cool. I imagine Ian will say as is again. But just in case not Ian, there's your conditions and your stats so far.
Yeah, Tato's confirmed that. So I've got a new face in the chat tonight. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm Wayne. Welcome, pleasure to have you watching, mate. It's my first time doing this, so I'm really, really conscious of missing tactical change and stuff. So yeah, welcome. Brilliant to have you along. New faces watching the streams and getting involved, you're always welcome. Right, we've got as is. The game is fairly even. We will slow it down in a second if it's still fairly even, but we don't need to now because Maxim has done the Maxim thing and he scored a goal. Can Badgers get some pride back? Yes, Viduka scored. We will slow it down just because we like to absolutely.
Oh, just don't slow it down.
I was going to say torment.
Don't slow it down. That's just mean.
I was going to torment Ian, but then he scored, so it doesn't matter. So we're good. 5-2 to Burn. Massive performance away from home at a team that have been pretty stingy with goals so far this season.
I mean, it's the Simpsons meme, isn't it? The stop. He's already dead.
I thought there was a bit of life breathed back into him there by Viduka, but obviously not. In terms of the match stats, it's not horrific. I imagine it's a Casillas nightmare for Badgers, and it is. It's a free. He's got a free.
Shine. That's horrible.
I've not seen a free for a while. I have seen it before, but I've not seen a free for a while.
I can't remember the last time we saw one. I can't remember the last time we saw 3.
No, I definitely got. I think I had a 5, and I bought on. Who did I bring on? Lehman had a 5, and I bought on someone else, and he got a 4 second half. So I've had it quite bad before. That was one of my first games as a manager, and I think it was against Taylor as well, actually, which is a bit of justice there, maybe. Yeah, a night to forget for Iker Casillas. Ruvan story looked good. Nicky Butt looked good, but apart from that, I think I just want to move on.
Yeah, you look at Viduka. That he came on, 3 shots, 3 on target. Was fighting for a starting place, I think.
Casillas is for sale if you just want to buy him for cash because Taylor's got no deals left. Yeah, it's not a good sight for Badgers. Carlos with a 10, which I highlighted him before the match because I was just really impressed with his contribution. So he had 3 assists before the game. He's got 2 more tonight. So that's 5 assists from Carlos, and his ratings are good. He's perfect for this system of Burns, I think.
Yeah, he's a major favourite of mine, Carlos. Major favourite.
Yeah. And yeah, that's that one done. We'll move on to the next one. Next is myself. I'm going to do me because I think Haggis game's a no interesting game, so we're going to do me next. In terms of me, I've still got Volenkov out. I've got the 2 transfers, hopefully coming in before next game week. I've got Kerr missing. Petrov comes in. Vogel drops back. Larsson's on his way out, and this is how I roll. Yeah, it's more of the same from me. Any comments, critical or positive, towards this setup and this team?
Yeah, look, it just all looked dog shit, doesn't it? It's horrible.
Yeah.
No,
I was doubting it. I was doubting it at one point pre-season, but I think I'll get off to a decent start, so I'm over that bit now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very strong, well-tested formation as well. So it's.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites. I think I played it in like 50% of my games, something like that. Petkov left wing was a bit of a drop off from Volodenkov, so I'm hoping he can come good. If he does, I think we'll be all right.
I mean, I don't see what you see in Brushing, to be honest. But,
No, he's done nothing so far. I'm just hoping if I keep playing him, his attributes will jump up a bit. He did really well for me at Churchtown, and I know that deal I gave you 2 pretty decent players for him.
Yeah,
which was fine by me because one of them wasn't probably going to be in the 24. But yeah, I like him. He's not set the world alight so far, but I'm putting my trust in him. In terms of Vikings, we have this 11. They've had a bit of a slow start, I would say. Didn't pick up many points early on, but then unbeaten in 5, which is big. And I like this. I like this team and this setup. I love this back 3 triangle here. I would do a lot of things to have that in my squad.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Vikings? Obviously, he undersells himself, I think, in terms of squad strength now. I think he's got a very competitive squad. So
yeah. I mean, it's a strong side. It's a strong formation. Fair play. I tried to play it with Jeff Whitley instead of Desai, but it's a strong shape as well. So
yeah, no, I like the shape a lot. I know you played it without arrows already, haven't you? Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah, it's one I like. If I'm struggling in the game, I often go to this one.
It's just a shame that the sort of lack of defensive players means there's possibly not much room for Addo. But
yeah, Addo's obviously very good. I think he's got a bit of transfer value as well. So if you ever wanted to cash in on him, he could do. But yeah, Addo's a good player. One I would be interested in next summer. Right, so good luck to Jens. I will try my best not to get, I don't know, too excited or whatever. What's your prediction, Mike?
6-0 Coast.
It is us so far. Can we make it count with a goal? It is a lot of pressure so far. There's a yellow card dished out. Petkoff has scored. That is good. Some more East Coast pressure. But Walker coming into the game there. This is horrible. I'm getting towards half time. Still 1-0. Probably getting yellow carded. And it's half time. So in terms of game so far, I think we've been the better team so far. East Coast stats. I'll do my changes first, and then give Jens the option to do his. And I will be going as is, unsurprisingly. So Jens, let me know what you want to do, mate. What are your thoughts on that first half then?
No, I don't think it's set the world alight.
No, and my games don't, do they?
It's been a pretty solid performance from your side and from Jens as well. Actually, it's just not translating to any chances, which is surprising because M Pence has been doing a lot. I thought maybe kicked it up a notch and he was starting to play all right again, but
he hasn't. He's got 4 goals in 6 starts.
Yeah.
So far, but a very good return from him. If he can stay fit, he's looking set for kind of 15 to 20 goals if he carries on like that. So yeah, good start for him. The supply line's obviously not been great tonight because he's had 0 shots on target. So yeah, leads to 60. Cool. And I think I need to speed up a bit as well. I'm slower than I expected I would be. We're an hour in already. All right, not much happening. Getting towards the 60 mark. Right, for me. Right, we've got Petrov not doing much. But I will make no changes. So Jens, up to you, mate. 60 minutes are gone. You've got not much happening in terms of ratings. Your condition looks fine. What will you do, mate? What do you expect? What do you expect Jens to do tonight in this situation?
I'd maybe bring a bit of D'Alessandro on.
Yeah, a bit of creativity. That's a good shout. I'd imagine that might happen. I
Just
think there's something to come from him in this league. I think I've seen what he's done for Rocks in the league.
Did he come from Bern?
He went from Bern to PPP and then to Vikings.
Yeah,
I can't remember what the deal was. It was someone pretty damn good that went the other way in that deal, and then I can't remember, to be honest.
I could be wrong because a lot of these names kind of blend together when you're looking at players or what have you. I thought he was one of the ones that I. Yeah. Rocks, you might want to withdraw your comment there because I'm pretty sure D'Alessandro was one of the picks that I made for Bern.
Yeah, the genius is in the co-coms. No, it's a great shout as well because he's one that even if he doesn't play much or well, there's still value in the old transfer market.
I'll let you withdraw your comments and readjust. That's
right. So we've got Extra for Romeo, deciding for Walker, 2 up top, Totti central with an arrow. Right, and that is that, isn't it? Nothing else that you can see, so we'll go from there. Cool, make sure I got that right. All right, let's play on. Maybe gone a little bit too early there, but we've got Brugink driven in low, corner kick. He's wasted another chance. Yeah, I think I've gone slow too early there. This is torture. Oh, Brugink and Martz can't score. I fully expect a Vikings goal here. Totti, Robben, D'Alessandro getting involved, but not creating anything yet. Duff chips it forward. Leski's given a warning, free kick. 4 minutes added on, we're ticking away now. 3 minutes to go of normal time. And Penza come forward. Very good as well to get rid of the danger. This is nervy stuff. Free kick given. Campbell heads away. And I think that's a card. No, a lecture. That's good. Thank you, Brett Hugo. And that will be that. That is a dimble performance, isn't it?
Solid, if unspectacular.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think
it should be.
Vikings were looking like they were going to score there to me, but it didn't happen. So I think my key man at the back held up. Vogel was second 9 in a row, which is good because I was thinking about getting rid of him because he's been pretty average. But that has changed my mind. He's staying forever. In terms of other players, Henry and Anelka disappointing. Brugink got an 8, even though he wasted a couple of good chances, but he got the assist. So yeah, that's a decent performance. In terms of the Vikings, I think they've been a little bit unlucky, really. Solid at the back, just the back half of the team, and probably just a lack of end product there. Yeah, unlucky ends. We'll move on. Right, so Haggis next. 4th place and in good form. Impressed with the squad that Ian and Rocks have put together. Obviously, this is a big blow because I think he would have been one of the players of the season. As soon as I saw him, I knew he'd be good. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I mean, I think he'd have certainly featured a lot, regardless of what his ratings actually turned out to be. I think.
Yeah, well, they've got good depth in that position. So Helguer is a more replacement, but it's not quite the same, is it?
I think it was more the talisman effect, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's a dangerous opposition this year. I think they'll be in the top 6, and I think this would be very dangerous to play against. I think on any day they'll score goals and tackle the fuck out of you. So I think this is a good 11.
Yeah, disappointing to see Madavakia not even involved.
Yeah, he's not.
He was a favourite, weren't he? Up until
He did all right once he came in, and he's got 1-6 so far this season. But I think Dyes has been 10-8, 7-7. So yeah, I think Dyes is the man with the shirt at the moment. That might change soon, but he's the one with the shirt. Yeah, I like this. Giggs obviously is the big player for them. Vestervel's been a big player. Scholes has been low-key brilliant for a while now. I'm really, really big fan of how he's been playing.
Yeah, another player I'd happily put quite high up my wanted list. Scholes.
Yeah, same. Dragons not quite picked up from where they left off last season. Bit of a shaky start-ish. Big win against yourselves, and then 9 men last week. Couldn't really do anything about
that. No. Well, you know, if you look at it the other way, it's a stronger start than last season.
Yeah.
So
it is definitely a stronger start than last season. That is 100% true. I think the loss of Ndiaye and Bowyer is huge for them though, and this team on paper doesn't look as scary, does it? Or do you think it does?
Sorry, mate, missed that. It broke off them for a.
So I was just saying, without Bowyer and Ndiaye, the team doesn't look quite as scary on paper.
No, but it's not like you're fielding grey reserves, is it? It's still a decent team out. Might struggle away though.
Right, so we're going to go. What are your thoughts on this one? How's it going to go?
I think probably 1-0 Haggis.
I'm unsure. I am completely unsure. This is why I think it's one of the better games of the night, because it could go 3-4-0 either way. Bit of a slow start though for both teams in terms of goal mouth action. We've got a 0-0 after 38 minutes, and Giggs looking to get involved, and nothing really happening. We're getting towards half time now. A bit of pressure from Dragons at the end there, and not many chances. I expected more kind of action than that. A bit disappointed with how that's gone so far from a neutral's point of view. Who do you think will be the happier manager?
I would imagine probably Duggan. I say Duggan. The 3 days, because with the amount of squad problems they've got at the minute, I think any point he gets probably going to be a bonus.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Scholes, who got talked up pre-match, is on a 5, which is disappointing. Who's making subs tonight? I think Ian Campbell has just arrived, hasn't he? I don't know who's doing subs. So if you let me know if there's any changes, guys. In terms of Dragons, Cafu's doing what Cafu does. He's been superb.
Looks like it's Rocks that's making the subs.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go back to that in a second. I'll just let Duggan have a peruse of his information there and see what he wants to do. And we'll go for move Scholes back to CM with small arrow forwards. And I believe that's it, yeah? So if that is it, I will just go back over to Dragons, as is for them. So unless anyone shouts, I will go.
Yeah,
and
to 60.
Yeah, to 60. We've got 56 minutes, and there's a goal, a Nestor own goal, which is very unlike him. And it's a big goal in terms of this match. Michelini is having a fantastic game. Condition-wise, you're looking pretty sound. Any changes?
Dare I say Scholes? He's on a yellow. He's on a 5.
Yeah, I mean
that's
just looking at that, you'd definitely take him off, wouldn't you? But he's been the creative kind of force so far, but he is taking him off.
Oh, yeah.
Donny is coming on for Scholes. I will wait to see if there's anything else, because I imagine there will be a bit of tinkering maybe with the one at the back or something. No, not one at the back, because he's one up. Figo makes his weekly appearance as a sub for Amoroso. And there's no changes in position, so we'll do that for that. Yeah, so Figo for Amoroso and Scholes off for Donny. We carry on. And we'll slow it down in a minute, but we'll just fly forward a little bit. Dragons coming forward. We'll slow it down here, coming to the last 10 minutes. Morientes is offside.
Oh,
come on, Shrimps. Always a
Dragon.
favourite of mine.
Yeah, Dragon changes.
Oh, shit. Shit. Fuck. I am so sorry. It's because I flashed up and went back. Oh, fuck's sake. Apologies, Duggan and Dix. Is there anything different you want to do here, considering the situation? Running central, back from money hero. At least it's on Duggan and no one outside of the chairman.
Do you know, I'm as bad for it. I glanced at the text. I saw as is for us, mate, and I thought that.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's my fault. It's because I clicked onto I clicked onto it and then went back, didn't I? It's foolish on my part. So yeah, is that how you want it for now? Anything else you want to do different, considering it's 84 minutes and you're 1-0 down? I will allow you to do any extra. Yes, please. Can you take 2 goals off Haggis? Yeah, I appreciate that, Duggan. Sorry about that. You know, I'm genuinely sorry. Cool, let's go. Slow it down so we can see what is happening. 2 minutes of added time. And Bayer turns it behind for a corner. There's a bit of pressure. Festival had safe hands and it's 1-0 to Haggis. That is a result. A little bit fortunate in terms of me not doing the subs and a little bit fortunate in terms of the match stats. Yeah, it's a difficult one to take out for the Dragons.
Yeah, they've been unlucky there, haven't they?
They have, yeah. They've been slightly on top. I think they dominated Scholes and obviously the lack of no midfield, but it's not turned into a result for them. And in terms of Haggis stats, you've got Vesterveld on a 9, which he does quite a lot of for Haggis.
Best keeper in the league.
Allegedly so, yeah. And I don't think he's far off in terms of actual performances. I don't think he's got quite the value of some of the others. Michelini on a 9, Mendes on a 9, which is impressive. Okaronko on an 8. Not really favoured by the management team at Haggis, but he's a very good player. And in terms of Dragons, we've got Constantine, who's been very good, and I think he looks amazing this season. I didn't realise how good he could look so early on. I really like the look of him, and there's another good performance from him tonight. Obviously, that Nestor own goal is the difference. Right, so final game of the Super League action. We've got casuals at home to yourselves, Aston Athletic. In terms of casuals, unbeaten in 5. Hersey's got low condition, so I think that's why he's out of the team, and he's made a slight change to put Ronaldo up top, and obviously the informed Clivert alongside him. Are you scared? Where's he gone? Hello? Did you drop out?
Again. Yeah.
I didn't know she'd gone. Did you hear my question?
No, sorry, mate. My internet decided to take an holiday.
Not a problem. I'm just saying, are you scared? Was my question.
Fucking terrified. I mean, it's been going bad enough as it is already, and then it's like this is your next challenge. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's all fun and games in it, but I'm not really expecting an awful lot from this game.
No, that's how the neutral would probably view it as well, mate. But strange things happen, and under your control, strange things have happened. So, in terms of your thinking, you've changed formation. You've gone to like a 3-man across the middle with wing backs. Firstly, how are you enjoying being a full-time manager in the Super League?
or not at all. It's far too stressful.
It is, isn't it?
It's, we love the game though, don't we? And it's
I think
this is where you want to play the game.
in terms of pressure and stuff, it's obviously not going to match a real life management role, but it definitely does kind of pile pressure on you, and it makes every decision you make amplified. And obviously, everyone's critiquing what you're doing as well. So yeah, it's a very kind of high pressure for a hobby.
Yeah, but I think once you get past that, and everybody's as many digs as what fly in, it's there's no nastiness behind any of it from anybody, is there? So it's we're all just having a bit of a laugh, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the main thing. But sometimes that does get a little bit lost in translation. So yeah, happy with that. I'll go to the game. Good luck to yourself. Good luck to Hodgie as well. Just to mention as well, Clive could score in the 7th game in a row, I believe. So that's one to look out for. Wayne Dade is the ref. Let's go. And early pressure from Asta. It's looking like orange and blue text so far. But here come Walton Casuals. Yellow card for Zambrotta, I think, maybe, or foul on Zambrotta. And there's a goal for Van der Vaart. It's ruled out. Soroczynski was offside. It's a nice little break in terms of Asta's momentum in the game. They come back into it again, but Casuals looking dangerous. A yellow card for Wes Brown, I believe, and it gets to half time. It's 0-0. You have not done anything so far. I'll just go to Hodge's stats.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, you've not created anything so far, mate. But away from home at Casuals, a 0-0 would be a good result if you were able to hold on to that. But are you hoping to nick one second half? Obviously.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. Yeah, I mean, as a few people have said in chat, it's such a tight game, such a tight game. I think it might be one of them that if somebody scores one, there could be 3 or 4 behind it. So fingers crossed my way, but we'll see.
Well, if Hodgie's here, I expect he's typing, so I will flick over to yours and look how you're getting on. Torricelli's having a game.
Yeah.
But apart from that, not much going on.
Yeah, Hodgie's gone roll, I presume, till 60.
Cool.
Yeah, so no, nothing horrendous. Inzaghi's probably being man-marked out the game, I think. Snip onto formation.
How about adding an arrow or something? Would that help?
You wash your mouth out.
Is it a case of you've backed yourself into this arrowless corner and you can't get out of it?
If you have no idea. I can never play an arrow again, and it hurts. No, leave it till 60. Leave it till 60.
I think that's a smart move on your part, and it is a smart move because Inzaghi has scored 5 minutes into the second half, and there's a red card.
Fucking brilliant! What did I say? Hashtag red cards incoming.
From the more cards than Clinton's got. He's even got a yellow to go with it. So, yeah, okay. What's your response to that? Imagine someone's dropping back, or are they not?
We have to against this opposition. Van Bommel back. I don't like it, but
Zone's condition, you're looking fine. So yeah, it's a case of where you want to swap someone, put Raymer in there and put Van Bommel in the midfield, or
no. I mean, are we doing 60-minute subs now, or are you going to try and catch it again?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, we could do 60-minute subs, so you've got 8 minutes to kind of gauge how it's going, I suppose.
I'm going to leave it.
Cool. Hodgie, you've got chance to make a change, just confirm whether you're interested in doing that or not.
Backed into a corner. There were some arrows would help. Yeah, they would. Well, I've made my bed. I have made my bed.
Yep. Ecstasy and Agony in seconds. Yeah, Edward's making a good point. Charam's bossing it. Yeah, I like that, Ryan. Right, so yeah, Hodgie, just confirm, unless you, I don't think he's probably going to make a change. Give it 8 minutes more, but he has made a change.
Yeah.
So we've gone Commandini. My mouse has stopped working properly, and I imagine that will be succinct as that. And we'll go, just so I don't miss it, let's slow it down a little bit. Is that painful? It is. It's edgy stuff. I'm nervous. Wayne Day's got another card out of his pocket. Van Bommel must be careful now. Free kick. Zambrotta, excellent work. Comes forward. And there is 60 minutes. So again, Hodgie, another chance to make a change. You've got Lopez on the bench. Clive won't be coming off, I imagine. And I don't think Nagore will be coming on either. So whether he will change arrows or formation, who knows? And with that in mind, I'll just skip over to your side as well. See if you want to do anything, or you can have a quick look while Hodgie puts his in.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so an edgy on this. I'm feeling the kind of nerves through the screen and through the chat.
Oh, he's got his change in.
Lopez for Van der Vaart, which is fine. Cool.
Just have a quick nosy at the play stats.
Yeah, noise. The benefit has been on co-coms.
That's it. I think this should be a standard flick 2 screen, to be honest. Right. Do want some fresh legs on. I think bring Perez off for Etu.
Perez is off for Etu.
Perez for Etu. Sorry, Perez. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Let's go on. I'll slow it down in a minute, but I think it's looking ominous. I think casuals are coming forward more and more.
Yeah, feel free not to.
I think there will be a goal here. Will it go Casual's way? Will it go Clivert's way? Or will Savage come away with a historical victory, beating the longevity GOAT? And it's a corner to Asta. Nothing comes of it. Zeriberto comes forward. Lopez is getting in on the action, coming from the bench. 3 minutes injury time added. It ticks away, and congratulations, Mike, you have won another game in the Super League.
Yeah.
It was
Look at that.
Tight, and pretty tight. But yeah, a win is a win, and away from home against a good team, you've got to be delighted with that.
Yeah, that's. Oh, it's going to take a while for me, my ticker to slow down a bit, I think. But yeah, no.
In terms of casual, you've got some performances in there.
Yeah, I mean it's a good win. I've lost, especially with 10 men, of course. Since
yeah, and Marcelo Salas catching the eye in the AMC role. It's a very good performance from him. So yeah, something for you to think about going forward. Well, congratulations. That concludes the Super League games. We have we've got some games coming up. We've got the Oceania Cup.
Sorry, dude. It's just I mean it goes to say it was a very good game. Hodgie, it was very close. I think I've probably stolen that from you, in fairness.
Megaroo, Rodeo Bibbins, if you're around, you want to join, you can do. Mike, you're welcome to stay, mate. If you want to get off, you can do as well. I know you've been working late tonight, so up to you, buddy. But yeah, in terms of the Super League action so far, Badgers against Burn. Saw Iker Casillas throw a few in his net, and Burn were rampant in a 5-2 victory away from home. Bostock fell again to Fulchester, who looked pretty good. Crespo and Vieri firing for those. Cisse got sent off within 60 seconds of coming on the pitch. East Coast did a East Coast kind of job and looked pretty basic but solid at the end and edged out an okay Vikings performance in a 1-0 win at home. Gazelles with 10 men. Didier Regat off after 3 minutes, and Mendieta scored from the spot after 18. Seedorf finished it off, and PPP lose against a team with less players again. Welcome, Dan.
Good evening. All well?
Yeah, Haggis, bit of controversy from me on my first stream. I forgot a fellow chair's subs, and it made the difference, maybe, or maybe it didn't. We'll never know. But a Nesta and goal settled things in a very tight game. Good result for Haggis, that one, and I think that puts them into third, which he does, yeah. Celtics at home got absolutely trolled. It seems like an age ago now, but Steve Wright's men were on it tonight. Mackay, Rowell, and Guerrero with the goals, and a very good
massive game.
Sack full of goals.
And last one of the night, big victory for Astor. Very tight game, which they edged with 10 men for the last 40 minutes of the game. Yeah, congratulations, Mike. This is the table. Burn still top. East Coast clinging onto them, but we're not going to match that goal scoring power, that's for sure. Haggis looking very strong in third. Fulchester still picking up points. They're in fourth with the same points as Haggis. Gazelles and Casuals make up the final places to the top 6. Lurking on the edge of Vikings and Bostock. And then we go down to PPP. Badgers remain in 10th, which is inevitable. Astor move up to 11th. Dragons drop down. Bit of a poor result for those tonight, and they'll be looking to bounce back soon because they're expected to be in the pack. White Rose get themselves back in touching distance, and Tortuga Celtics go bottom of the league.
Yeah, very good set of results altogether tonight. It's
brought good that action. That was good action. Yeah, I hope it went to kind of glitch you with me in charge. I felt like it didn't go too bad. The one big mistake, which I apologise to Duggan for again. We're going to carry on with some Australian action now.
Yeah, I'll duck out and leave you two to it, but. No, you've done a cracking job tonight. I won't
absolutely.
I wouldn't worry too much.
Well, thanks to you as well, Mike. You've been superb co-coms as I expected. That's why I asked you. Cheers, mate, and I'll see you soon.
No worries. See you later, everybody.
Right.
Yes, excellent show, Mr. Dimble. Really good. Great debut.
I will just take that off in case any news.
Oh yes. To the matches.
Quick through. How are you, Dan? You all right?
Yeah, not bad. The little one is actually asleep at the moment, so that's not a bad thing. I don't know, dishevelled. That's another way to describe myself, I guess, tonight. But looking forward to getting my star tonight, so that'll be good.
Do you get a star, do you?
Must do. A winner of a major trophy.
It is a major trophy. It is the Oceania Nations Cup.
Yeah, continental champions.
Tough opposition with a very grey-looking team, but dangerous nonetheless.
Well, we beat them 3-0 in the first time in the group stage, so that's surely we're going to do it again. I sent my team in. Did you get the line?
Yeah, so tactics is the same. Yeah, team is in.
Yes, Redondo.
From memory, Jafar came in.
Yeah,
and that was it. Right?
Yeah, the only first team change, and then Redondo has made his way to the bench for Ligvinsky as well.
Cool. Right, are you ready to go?
Yeah, we better not concede a shot. We've not done so in the tournament so far, so That's the hope.
I've never seen that referee before. That's an interesting name. And Hunter
Oh, I
goals.
can't see his name. My face is in the way.
Oh, his name's Piers Haxthausen.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oda scores after 5 minutes. Robert scores as well.
He's got 2-2, 4 and 1 so far.
I think he broke a record for the most goals in a match for Australia as well in the last.
Yes, yeah, and a 6-0 win. There's a double again. So he's got a minimum of 2 in every game. Oh, geez, well done. I think I don't win the tournament now. Surely,
Frank's brother.
Frank Amanquah is a good player in the game.
Right, so half time we've got one shot against, which is disappointing.
That means we've had 1 shot against and conceded every single shot we've faced in the tournament. So looking at the team, I'm going to take off Outer Camp House at half time. I'm going to bring on, let's bring on Elise.
Sunday.
Yeah, just the one change. He's a bit.
Just the one change, cool. Are you stopping at 60 as well?
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Some more action as Semak scores the 5th. They started to carve the name onto the trophy now. Surely it's not in doubt. 59 minutes gone.
Oh, you can put the A on it, certainly. Right, I will take off.
Bode is a little bit low. Everyone on Jafar maybe, but everyone else is okay in terms of condition.
Yeah, Jafar will come off for Sanyol to give him the action. And I'm bringing Tonetto on for Palermo and put Boda up front.
Tonetto, yeah.
Yeah.
The East Coast bound Tonetto.
Oh, excellent move. So he'll be into your first 24, I imagine, will he?
Yeah.
So this
he would have played. Yeah, he would have played if he was here this week. But I'm not sure if he will play next week now. We'll see. Any more changes, sorry?
I can't. It's 3 subs, I believe.
Is it? Cool.
So,
and no more arrow differences. No changes.
Nah, let's be happy with that. So I think the under-21s and first team will both play tonight. But I've made my under-21 lineup because I just realised last minute that they would be playing.
Crucial incoming for Tonetto. Let's hope not, Steve. Let's hope not. Well, I suppose the transfer wouldn't go through, so that would save.
Yeah, it'd be all right then, wouldn't it?
It's all over. Australia have won.
Yes.
And it was convincing.
The fewest shots we had in the game in the tournament. But 5 goals. So I'll do Boda with a 10, Roberts with 10 goals for the tournament in 4 games. That's not bad.
Igor Matrescu looking absolutely immense. He got 7 with nothing to do. Look.
So the aim for this obviously is that it's showcase these players. So I might not have many of them next tournament. Who knows?
No, I imagine you'll lose to Neto, won't you? He will go into the 24. So
I think Roberts should go.
Yeah,
and Boda as well. Boda's to the first team at Vikings.
Yeah, Matrescu will be there for a while, so you've still got a defender at least.
So there's a game on the 19th for the under-21s and the 20th for the first team. If that game still is going ahead for them, I haven't seen it cancelled, so let's hope so.
Save game. Praise for Clive Hodgie, if you're still here. And we've got some transfer. We've got some transfer activity. Petit is swapped for Tonetto.
Very nice.
Well, it's part of a double deal, but it's not straight swap that one. But I'm happy with that.
Is that the Portuguese Petit?
It is, yeah, the Portuguese Petit. Yeah, I did put that disclaimer in the message to Swan just in case I got accused of fraud. And that was going through as well. Still clicking.
Duggan's asking about Bosvelt, and Mike saying, "Where's Parler?" I've forgotten what team Parler's at actually. Is he at Fulchester? Is he? Might make that up completely.
Bosvelt have not responded to the offer yet, but it's only Tuesday. I did go. I think he's worth 600 grand. I put in it like 4 million. I can up it if you want, Duggan, but they might take longer to respond if I do that.
Tato's promoting Semak as well on the current form. So the under-21s, I have selected my squad, so I'll just same formation, obviously. So
Well,
that's
that makes it a lot easier. Thank you for that.
yeah, I'm sticking with it. I'm going with Kirkland in goal and keeping Risp and Yakubu in defence. Boo boo Yakubu. Carrick. And then on the left is Hargreaves. He's captain still. And on the right is Kaká. And, Kaka, as he's known. Shellstrom and Medina as the centre mids.
Medina.
And then left to right up front, Elmander, Torres, and Mendonça.
Oh, you've bowed to the steep pressure, have you?
And subs wise, it is Vulgaris, Heitinger, Welsh, Reed, Chadwick, Bruno. He might get on for you.
Looking good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Tonton, Zlatan, and Stuart Parnaby.
Just for some finishing.
Yes, notice I've gone kind of from defensive to attacking on my subs
He will make, I'll tell you what, he'd be perfect for your defensive midfielder, Long Arrow, with his off the ball and finishing.
Well, he may well come on up front.
I think with the Saeed one, that would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, he could do a Saeed role, definitely.
Right, so Morocco, actually toughish opposition here.
Certainly a much stronger side to face. We did beat the Ivory Coast 7-0. So 7-0, 7-1, whichever one it was. 7-1, I think. So we'll see how this goes. It's not so bad. Shellstrom again. He did very well last time out.
Kimmy K. I think his performance even made Greavesy question it, and I think he would literally release him if he'd have given him the opportunity a couple of weeks ago. But the under-21s maybe have changed his mind.
Yeah. It's. I mean, obviously this is playing against a lot of fakes, I guess, as well with Morocco under-21s, but it's not so bad. And Torres there for Mike. Food for thought, maybe.
Yeah, Torres was good. I would
10 shots already.
I'd give Torres a run if I was Mike, maybe.
It's quite a number of shots for a player to have in a half. So yeah. I mean, I'm gonna stick till 60 and make a raft of changes at that point.
Cool. We roll.
Yeah, it's comfortable enough. Right. Okay.
Position-wise, sound, character, a little bit.
We'll do Heitinger for Risp, Welsh for Carrick, Reed for Kaka, and Chadwick for Hargreaves, Bruno for Shellstrom, Tonton for Mendonça, Zlatan for Torres, and Elmander switch with Parnaby.
And is he staying there? Yes.
Actually, switching with Zlatan.
You want him in the middle of the goal,
yes,
don't you?
He's going to play in the middle. There, lovely. And in case I need a goalkeeper, in case I need a change later on, I've left the keeper on the bench.
Yeah. And it's still free.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be any more, does it? It's nice
Free.
exposure for some under-21s. Parnaby with a chance. Yeah, that'll
final
do.
whistle. Congratulations on your ONC victory. Congratulations on winning against Morocco away. It's a tough place to go.
Yeah, well, I do it with the first team now.
We've got another one, have we?
I think, just have a check, because I think it should be the first team playing today. Yep. And then
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, that's the one.
Right.
I know, it feels like an absolute deluge of Australia games, but they only play once more this calendar year.
Larson is accepted. So Salva is on his way to East Coast. Larson is on his way.
Larson on his way.
I just realised I click through things very fast, and I probably should read. I might have to go back and read people's news just to make sure. I've got a habit of just clicking through unless something needs an action. Right, we're back. We're back in.
Lovely.
action, yeah.
So we'll just check the conditions first up and see how they are after the other day. So they're all
100%.
100%.
So no need to make any changes unless you want to.
Right. Okay. Well, seeing as I've got some players I think I'll be losing, then I might make a couple. Yeah, I'd like to switch the goalkeepers over. So I'm going to play Andre in goal. And no, I think the rest of it, actually, I'm going to leave as it is and go for a bit of fun with it. Yeah, just the one change.
A couple of
I can make
subs.
2 more subs. So, well, we'll put Legvinsky and Chaparro on the bench. Grand.
Right, Morocco. I've got Yusuf Chipo, which is the name I was hoping to see when I opened it up. Used to be a favourite of mine. They've got not many more I recognised, to be honest. Nave's obviously very highly rated in terms of his good
Steve's a big fan.
Yeah, cool. Right, let's go.
Gary.
What's around him all? We can go in an hour and 43. Oh.
It's not bad to say you've had 10 games.
And Morocco put you under a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Not the team, these ones. They're not farmers from America tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing who actually is around for the reserves next time round.
Yeah, I suppose it keeps it interesting for you because if you just rolled out this every time, you'd probably win most games. But yeah, you have to think about it.
Thinking about it, will Palermo get a call up for his club? Who knows? Probably not quite there, but he's a decent performance. His PPP not on the best run of form either.
I once pinned my entire transfer window on him being good, which was a big mistake.
I'm going to make one change at half time, and that'll be Sanyol for Jafar because he's taken a knock of some kind. Lovely.
Cool. Still edgy.
Yeah, Roberts hasn't scored yet.
He's due one though.
He is. Unless he only scores against Oceanic teams.
Right. So condition-wise,
they're fine. Huntelaar, I'm going to take off Huntelaar though, and let's bring on Ledenev. And then let's do Marvin Andrews can come on for Mitreski.
Oh, that's a poor decision.
And that will do.
It's just because he had nothing to do. Like, he's just bored.
Yeah, he's a bit bored, but Marvin Andrews might get a red card, so it's going to liven it up.
Big Mad Marv. He's I do like him actually. He does develop quite well. Not super league quality though.
He's you never know. If his pace can improve a little bit. I think it's gone up 3 since the start. He's getting a little bit faster. Yeah,
the pace and physical attributes do tend to go up quite well in this league
with the good coaches. Do you know what? One's not bad.
Oh,
but it's not one. It's not one.
Terminated the game.
Hamid terminates my one's not bad. That's
rumor has it he ran past Marvin Andrews, left him for dust. Igor Matreski was warming down on the side, looking on in disgust.
Yeah, we can take the draw. It's not the worst result in the world. Andrew's got an 8. Look at that. 6 out of 7 tackles and 4 of them key.
That's what right.
We were under pressure in the second half.
That is a result. That is a football match. Well done, Australia. Yeah, I don't need to go back to her. I'll just say that is the end. But yeah, thank you, Mega Horse, for making yourself available. I'll get the packs out now if anyone's still listening. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Viva the Super League, up the roos. Night, everyone.
Good night.